Oh, well, hey, there. It's jamithatsme here. Welcome back to my channel. Listen, let's go ahead and get into put a ring on it. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and hop right on in. So we see LaRonda had to make a decision about whether or not she's going to be going on another date with Sir James. She said yes, she definitely wants another date with him. Now, Sean says that when he was asked, like, hey, how do you feel? He says he wants all of the candy to be put in front of her. And let's see if she's still going to choose him at the end. And I was like, okay, he's taking on a different stance, okay? Hey, okay, I see you trying to be a little mature in the process. Now, when it comes down to choosing Britney, he does the most. He says yes with a capital Y. I think I should go on another date with her. All right. Now, Sean says that it isn't jealousy. He just thinks that she is deserving of another shot because he was so focused on what LaRonda had going on and stuff. I agree with what Dr. Nicole said. Like, no, both of y'all coming off a little jealous, okay? Because LaRonda, like, yeah, you should go on another date with her. And he like, and I will go on another date with her. Like, yeah, y'all, it seemed like y'all both was feeling just a little way, okay? Now, when it comes to Eric and when it comes to Alexia, they, I believe they both decided to not go on another date with their person from last week. So they will be the ones that won't be going on a date at all, while everybody else will continue to go on another date. Because y'all already know when it came down to Darion, he wanted to go on another date with Miss Kai, honey. That's just that on that. Now we see Eric and Jessica Ryan. Jessica says that she thinks people are super duper insecure for people to let their mates go on dates. And I was like, Jessica, are you talking about yourself? Are you talking about yourself too, girl? I hope you're included in that too. And then she goes on to say that it's definitely getting the best of her. And Eric said, oh, it's getting the best of you, but you decided to go out on another date with Clarence, honey. Okay, then. So, yeah, that's that on that. So then we see Darion and Alexia, you know, they're in the house having a conversation back and forth. He feels as though their sex life should be better. He thinks that he deserves a way better sex life than what he's been given. All right. He's talking about how sex is very, very, very important for him in a relationship. All right. He wants her to crank it back up how it was in the beginning. He says he actually gets more peace when he is not at the house, but he is at the condo. And the condo is what she likes to call the doghouse. All right. And not too much of a doghouse over there because obviously he's having a good time. But if you let her tell it, she calls it a doghouse for a different reason because she think her man out here being a dog. Okay. Now, Alexia says that she isn't intimate with him because he lacks trust. Okay. Well, she lacks trust in him. That's one of the reasons why she can't be intimate, because she's too busy thinking that he's out here giving it away to other women. Darion says that when he's in the studio, he is just doing what he says he's doing. He says that he's completely focused on what he's doing and there's nothing else. I feel like they both got the same issues with each other. They don't trust each other. All right, because she may have like a guy friend that may comment or put hard eyes under a picture or something like that. He feels threatened by that friendship that she has with that guy. And she don't make it no better for him either, because she reminds him of how supportive that person is. And basically that person is doing for her what he does not do for her. Okay, so she is not by any chance making it easy on him at all. What else did I want to say? Yeah, I just feel like neither one of them trust each other in their relationship. So I mean, they've been together for like 14 years. Like, things are definitely going to be changing between the two, but it really hits a different turn when you just ain't got no trust at all. That I kind of feel like they're wasting their time with each other, and they kind of should move on. Okay, especially when we learn that he actually has kids within the relationship. Within the time frame that she's been with this man, he's had outside children. I think she should just move on and go out there and get a man that's really for her. And I think that she's tied to him based on the history of the relationship and how long they've been together. And of course the love, because even he said that he was like, love is what makes people stay in these situations. I want Alexia to move on. Those are my thoughts. But let me go ahead and get to this date real quick between he and Miss Thing. So he go out on a date with Kai. And we get to learn more about Kai, okay? They have a great time, like, doing the bumper cars and stuff like that. And we could tell that, you know, she enjoys being with him because he makes her feel wanted. All right. But she continues to think about his relationship in the back of her head. So I think that prevents her from liking him even more than what she may want to, considering the fact that he still got a girlfriend, and that's probably where he's going to end up at. All right. Darion tells Kai about the last date and how things went and how his lady was feeling about everything, and tells her that he thinks she has some things that are going on personally within her. I kind of feel a way about them sitting up there discussing his current girlfriend with this lady. I feel like she shouldn't really have to know that much about her, your girl. Maybe more so about you, but keep your girl out of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily like that. He says that he wants to work it out with her, though. That's one thing he is adamant about when he talks to Kai. You know, so it seems like he just sees Kai as an outlet and as a friend. Yeah, he's attracted to her, but he's saying that he still wants to be with his girl at the end of the day. Kai says that Kai says she thinks that his girlfriend should feel secure based on how long they've been together. And I'm like, BIT, you would have thought, right? You would have thought that she would have felt secure being that she's been in this relationship for 14 years. However, I do understand now why she doesn't feel 100% secure as she should, considering the fact that he has 3 kids, and I believe those 3 kids could have came throughout the time that they were in this relationship together. I think he got 2 baby mamas and 3 kids. So either he had twins by one of these ladies, or he done went back to her twice during the time that they've been in this relationship for 14 years. But then it also makes me feel like you should feel secure, Alexia, because you continue to go back. And you continue to be with this man. So you should feel secure in that position. I understand why you may not, but the fact that you continue to go back, you should feel secure. And I also feel like every time you may have let him back, because I don't know the true dynamics of the relationship, I'm just going off of what it sounds like from what you said. You guys been together 14 years, and those kids are within that 14-year age range, because it sounds like he's cheated on you. Every time you took him back, he lost respect for you. In my thoughts, you know what I'm saying? I don't think there was a backbone at all. That means that you were willing to accept whatever it is that he's willing to give you, and you're going to continue to move forward with that. You allowed this man to have multiple children on you, and now you're trying to back him into a corner to get him to actually propose to you. And then he's contradicting himself by saying, oh, I want more kids and I want the family thing. Now, at one point when we first started the show, you said that you did not want to even be married. You wanted all of that without the marriage. And then now you sit right here, he sits in front of Dr. Nicole and says, oh, well, I told her that we should really work on our communication before we take it to the next step. No, ma'am. I feel like those are little things that he's dangling in front of you to continue to keep you hanging on as he continues to get what he wants, but you're not getting what you want. And I think that Alexia needs to come to terms with what it is that she truly wants for herself. And fuck all that history. Fuck all that. We've been through a lot. Yeah, fuck all that. A lot of people been through a lot. What do you want for yourself? You in your early 30s? Girl, did you see how long Cassie was with Diddy? Damn near about the same amount of time. Cassie got the fuck on, bro. She got on. Hello? Diddy out here still doing the shit he been doing. Hello? Cassie over here on her second child with her husband. What are we talking about? Why are we wasting time? It ain't too much Darion can give Alexia that Alexia can't give her damn self. So I'm not understanding why she's allowing herself to continue to sit in this shit. Like, for what? I mean, are you trying to prove certain people wrong, like your friends or something? Have people told you should leave this man and you just been over here just rocking out? Like, no, I'm going to prove to y'all he going to marry me and someday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes women do like a challenge too. Right? Just like men like challenges, women like challenges as well. And I feel like that's the challenge, is to get him to go back on his word and fulfill what it is that she wants for herself. He don't want to be married and shit. That's what she wants. So challenging him to move in the direction that she wants. And every step of the way, it seemed like he been fighting you. And then creating issues, making it seem like you're the problem when he the problem. He just sat up there with Dr. Nicole and started calling you a liar and started getting loud and all this extra shit. And I imagine like that's how y'all conversations really go. To make it seem like you the problem, so that he can go out and do whatever the hell he want to do. Girl, good night. I ain't even got nothing else to say until I get to the later part of the conversation. But girl, that relationship, that's dead as fuck. Like, I ain't finna come on no goddamn show after being with your ass for 14. I'm not finna play with you. Like, what are we doing? It's too many niggas out here to be playing with your ass. What we doing? You know, and I guess maybe I speak from experience of being in a 7-year relationship and the shit wasn't progressing. It wasn't going nowhere. Like, what the fuck are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit dead as fuck. But anyway, so we get to Kai. Kai, we found out that Kai is like, what, 32 years old with 2 kids, and she's hit rock bottom before. You know, she's working on her beauty bar and stuff. So I'm like, okay, Kai, we see you, girl. Okay, do your thing, boo. Okay. Listen, if Kai don't get nobody, nephew Tommy, if Kai don't get with Darion or whatever, because I don't think Darion's gonna be with her. I really think that he just likes the friendship. Bring Kai over to Ready to Love, nephew Tommy. Let's see her get her Ready to Love on, honey. Okay. Let's see her more. I like Kai. So I want to see Kai over there on Ready to Love. Y'all think they'll do it? Anyway, so Darion, we learned that he was raised by his grandma. I guess his parents were too young to really do for him as they needed to do. And it was in that moment that we learned that he has children as well. He has about 3 kids. And I was like, I thought he didn't have any children and didn't want any, but kind of find out he got 3 and he had them on her. Yikes. So we get to Britney and Sean. They're in the studio having a great time. I felt like, girl, this ain't no damn date. This is a link up. What the fuck? What is this? This is not a date. This is a gathering. This is let me catch up with you. What is this? They sit down in the studio, they chit chat, catch up with each other, talk about music, talk about what their interests are. Sean is starting to feel Britney a bit more than what he should. And at that moment, it was time for him to sister. So he went ahead and he headed out. Okay, one thing we did learn is that he said he's a crier. I'm like, baby, we're not surprised. We know you're a crier. Cry. I don't think anything is wrong with a man crying. I think something is wrong when a man does not show his emotions at all. Okay, and be out here terrorizing the ladies. Okay. He also says that he's quick to apologize. See nothing wrong with that. I appreciate somebody that can recognize the errors of their ways and not allow shit to linger, because anything can happen at any moment. Okay, so you know, ain't nothing wrong with that. He had to get the hell up off the table though when he started seeing he was feeling Britney just a little bit too much. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Jessica and Clarence. Jessica and Clarence go out to work out. Okay, because he's like a fitness buff person or whatever, right? So they doing all this workout and stuff, and he decides to take off his shirt because she want to see what he working with. So she see what he working with. She sees a tattoo as she's feeling on his chest. Who is a Dana? He said, oh, that's my ex-wife. She's like, oh, we can get up off these bikes, baby. Let's go have a seat. We need to talk. Okay, let's go have a conversation. All right. So we learned that when Clarence was 23 years old, he got into a marriage. He says that over the years, they ended up growing into 2 separate people, and who they grew into no longer meshed together. So that's one of the reasons they got separated, in addition to the fact that there was infidelity involved. Now, he decides to ask her about Eric. He's like, you're an amazing woman. You're beautiful. You got a lot going for yourself. Like, tell me why Eric hasn't wifed you, right? She says, well, he isn't ready because, you know, we have communication issues, you know what I'm saying? A few little trust issues or whatever. And so Clarence says, so at any moment, has he had a conversation with you about wanting to wife you up at all? And she says, I mean, he's attempted to ask me to marry him, you know, but we haven't gotten there yet. So anyway, that's enough. And I'm like, no, I don't think Eric forces the marriage conversation or even brings it up, in my opinion. I really don't think he does. I think she brings it up because that's the desire of her heart. But seeing how Eric sits in front of Dr. Nicole and how he talks, I think that's the furthest thing from his mind, because he wants a little bit more than what it is she's willing to give him. So I don't think that conversation comes up at all, not out of his mouth. Not at all. I think it comes up out of Jessica's mouth, but not out of his. Yeah, so what else did we see? Jessica says that she didn't like that Clarence was worried about her current man, even though she was sitting up there worrying about his ex-wife. Why? That I didn't follow that. Like, what's wrong? You asking questions? Why he can't ask questions? Okay. So, I mean, I would have thought she would have said, I don't like the fact that he still got his ex-wife tatted on him. What's that about? Okay, y'all ain't tied together. Why? What's that? So I could see if she said that, but she was more bothered. At least that's what they showed us. She was more bothered by the fact that he was inquiring about her man. Girl, that don't even go together, but okay. All right, then, honey. So we get to Darion and Alexia again. Okay, I believe this is when Dr. Nicole was there. Darion says Alexia thinks he doesn't listen to her. He believes that she makes a lot of assumptions. I can see that. I can definitely see Alexia making a lot of assumptions, but I also believe that he doesn't give her anything to not make those assumptions. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't give her like paint the, I love how she said at the end, like about painting the entire picture. Like, don't leave her room to have to figure out her own scenario or come up with her own conclusion. Give her the information, give her the security that she needs, so that there would be no assumptions. It would be, oh, okay, I know he probably over there like instead of creating some shit. He doesn't make it easier for her. Alexia says that she doesn't swear that he is cheating on her, but it's the picture that he paints. Yeah, exactly, because he's withholding information. So it leaves her to fill in the gaps of what the fuck is going on. That makes no sense. So she explains a scenario where she gave him time to I guess he gave her time that he was gonna be returning from an event. I don't know if it was birthday bash, it was some event, All-Star weekend, something. It was something he was supposed to be returning from, and he did not communicate effectively with her. I think he just kind of like went ghost. He didn't follow through with what he said he was gonna do. So that left her to create her own conclusions. Then they up there arguing and stuff, and then you got what's her name? You got the therapist just sitting up there looking confused, like what the hell is going on in between the sheets and in my home? Okay, Darion calls her a liar. You know, talking about how she lying to this lady and stuff. And I'm like, girl, that's how y'all arguments go, girl. Once you start hitting them points, he start creating shit, trying to make it seem like you crazy. And you don't know what you're talking about. And you lying about this and you lying about that, child. Y'all just do not need to be together. It's not going anywhere, and it's not going anywhere fast. You're going to sit your ass in this relationship. You're going to be with this nigga for another 14 years. Okay? Even if you get married, it's not going to be a happy one. It's not going to be a happy one. Now, maybe y'all need to move out away from each other and work on y'all for a little bit and then come back together. It might work, but I just don't, y'all leave y'all thoughts. I just don't see this relationship going anywhere. Okay. He lies and says that he wants to get married. Okay. She doesn't have any kids. I think she's 32, 34. Okay. Her friends are getting married and stuff, right? She wants those things too. But he's not willing to give that to her. She feels like when she brings up the topic of kids, things are blown out of proportion in an effort to avoid the topic of marriage. Yes, the fuck they are. Because you up here having a conversation with this man in front of Dr. Nicole, he just blew it out of proportion by saying that you was lying. And then creating all this mess. See, that's what he does. He creates chaos in order to avoid the real topics of what you want to talk about. And that's not going to be effective. So what the fuck is we doing? How many more times you gonna be doing this? Like, I'm not like, girl, girl, I got time for this shit. What? No, that's dead. All right. Alexia says he has 2 years to get it together. Baby, you a great one. You done gave this nigga 15. You trying to round it up to 14. You trying to round it up to 16. Girl, okay. I guess. Do the pandemic count? Because, bitch, I would have. He got to the end of this damn show. Talking about 2 years. Ma'am, he has to the end of the show to figure out his life. He has to the end of the show. I've given this man my good ass years, just like some of these people be going up in these corporate jobs, giving these jobs these good ass years, baby. I'm thinking about running the world and how Renee was like, I gave y'all the good years of my life. And what they did, play her ass in the end. Hello? So when you trying to get played? Girl, you been getting played the whole time. Do you want to get played in the end? Or do you want to just go ahead and skip out on the plug a few times and go and find the right one for you? Like, I ain't got time. All right. Darion wants more kids, but he doesn't want to be married, on top of the issues. Okay. The lies. He says he doesn't want to rush marriage, but you've been wasting this woman's time for 14 years. What do you mean? Okay. Yeah, I also blame Alexia for continuing to sit in this situation. Okay. She knows that if she's watching this review, she's heard everything that I've said. For not recognizing, yeah, that's what I wrote. I wrote that I blame Alexia as well for not recognizing the magic within her damn self and getting the fuck up off the table. Okay, so that's that on that. Let's go ahead and move on to Sir James and LaRonda. They go out on another date. It was cute, had a good time. He was in a 4-year relationship. Girl ended up cheating on him. He ain't really been in one since then. All right. They talk about Rhonda and her man being a bit insecure. Where you at? Who you with? Where you been? Sir, you got a lot of questions. You got a lot of insecurity for somebody that don't even meet me halfway financially. Okay. I'm going to need you to get it together. Spend all that energy that you're doing, asking me questions about where I've been, to letting me know where you've been to secure a higher pay. Okay, a higher paying work. Okay, that's what you can do instead of over here micromanaging me. Micromanage your career so that you can be a better asset to this relationship and possibly future children. Go and worry about that, sir. Okay, they call this man Dragon. I said not Dragonfly Sean. Okay, all right then, girl. Let's go ahead and move on. So we have Dr. Nicole with the group. All right, Alexia and Darion. Darion said that after she came over to them to have a conversation, they were able to go upstairs and have a proper conversation amongst themselves. And I'm like, y'all always have proper conversations when ain't nobody there, but whenever y'all be in public, y'all just can't seem to have adequate conversations. Like somebody lying. Okay. I got you. Darion brings up friendships that she has that bothers him. Dr. Nicole tells them if there are any nouns, people, places, or things causing issues within their relationships, then it's their job to manage them. Okay, so you need to check your friends, check the places that you go, and check the things that you do. Okay, get that shit in check is what she was saying. Jessica and Eric, lack of communication. They need more sit down combos because they argue. They never resolve anything and they just move on like ain't nothing ever happened. And that's not a good thing because that shit just keep adding up. And the fact that he doesn't go to her and feel the need to express certain things to her, that would concern me because that means he hold a lot inside and he may have animosity towards you and you don't even know it. Like he's not even coming to you about just small things. Like, hey, I got this idea. I'm thinking about this. You know what I'm saying? Like he comes to you sometimes, but not all of the time. So some of the shit that he's thinking, he doesn't value your opinion about. And I feel like he could be a calculated person at any moment, girl. He could just walk out on your ass because he's not communicating how he needs to. And the shit just adding up. The little things that he don't like about you is just adding up. And he gonna get to a point where it ain't gonna be no y'all. What else? Jessica feels like the advice that she gives him, she feels like she gives him good advice that he asked her about or whatever. He says, yeah, but the stuff that you give me is stuff I already knew. So I feel like the information you give me is useless. I said, damn. Well, why the fuck would you ask me then? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, if you feel like it's useless, then stop asking me shit then. What kind of stuff is that? I feel like the stuff that I ask you, you know what I'm saying, is stuff I already thought about. So I guess he keep asking her shit or going to her about stuff, hoping that she's going to give him a different response. Try, good night. Jessica says, so you're saying that there is no need to talk to me. He said, Jessica said, so there's no need for you to talk to me. And then he says, no, that's not what that is. You just made it up. And I'm like, no, the fuck she did. That's what you just said. You just said that. You said sometimes people don't want to hear your issues, so you keep shit to yourself. And even when it comes to ideas or things that you want to talk about, you go to her and you don't like the advice that she gives you because you feel as though it's useless. I was so glad Dr. Nicole said, no, that's what you just said. You sure she's making it up? And that right there for me just made me feel like he doesn't necessarily value Jessica. And I feel like he don't value her opinions and things that she has to say. And I could be wrong when I say this, but I really feel like he just likes her because she's arm candy on his arm. And it makes him look good outside in public, okay, amongst other people. I don't know if he genuinely, you know, well, I can't say he doesn't care about her. I think he cares about her. But I don't know. I'm starting to feel like he likes her more than she like him. Okay, he don't value her in the way that she may want him to. Dr. Nicole says that he doesn't open up to her, and Jessica agrees. All right, she always asks him to open up. So I don't know what it's gonna take for him to open up. I don't know, girl. Good. Let's move on. LaRonda and Sean. She enjoyed Sean, but she felt as though she was the person leading the conversation most of the time and asking the questions. So because of that, she does not want to go on another date with Sean. All right. I'm sorry, not Sean, but with Sir John. So Sean says when it comes to Britney, he liked Britney a lot, but he didn't want to put himself in a situation to where it can affect his relationship with his girlfriend. So then Dr. Nicole calls him out for saying that he keeps using that same sound bite, talking about he's afraid. And if you're afraid of the situation, then that is the problem. You know, if you're already afraid of that, then that's the problem you got to work through. So based on that, he decided to go back into the lion's den and he's going to choose to have another date with Britney. Jessica says she does not want to have another date with Clarence because Clarence does not excite her. She learned that the excitement that Eric gives her in the relationship, she likes that. Darion says that he enjoys Kai. He loves the challenge. He's going back into the lion's den again. again. And then this is where Alexia made me mad, okay? So he says the question was asked about whether or not he could be with Kai or something like that. Here's the answer, okay? He says that he could see himself with Kai before Alexia, easy. If he met Kai before Alexia, he could have been with Kai, easy. Alexia gets upset because he said that he could be with Kai, easy. And I'm like, what is wrong with that? Why does that bother you? He said if it was before you, meaning that while he's with you now, it's difficult because he cares about you. He wants to be with you, and that is what he told her. Okay, so I'm not understanding why she gets mad. I think she does a lot of things to react to get him to, I guess, get him to care. And I think he does a lot of things to avoid. Like, I am just so confused by their relationship. Y'all been going around on the merry-go-round for 14 years, girl. I know somebody is dizzy. Somebody has to get the fuck off the ride. Like, yeah, somebody gotta hop off. What else did she walks out because Dr. Nicole says she talks to him. She was like, Alexia says, oh, you want to know how I feel about it? Looking for a moment, for me, in my opinion, looking for a moment. She was like, you want to know how I feel about it? Dr. Nicole says, yes. How do you feel? This bitch gets up, Darion, move your feet, gets up and walk her ass outside, only for him to get up and follow her. And then talk about how she don't want to hear about Kai and all this other shit and stuff. And it's like, girl, I don't know. I don't know what to say about them. The issue ain't Kai. The issue is your man. And that's really all that I got. Y'all leave your thoughts and comments down below because I ain't got no more. Okay, I'm jamithatsme. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, honey. Bye-bye.